Yo, what's up, fellas and ladies and whoever's watching? So this video is a little bit of a hunting story, more of the shit show type of hunting story that sometimes happens in the woods. So you watch a lot of these videos and these channels, the outdoor channels, hunting, whatever, and a lot of times you see the highlights, the exciting, cool, gnarly shit. A lot of times you don't see the shit shows that ensue. Like what happened to me last night. Nothing crazy, but I thought I'd share a little bit about the experience because I'm actually headed back to the woods right now, and I'm gonna explain what happened and why I'm heading back to the woods. So I went into a public land spot here local to my place in Pittsburgh, and I'm always trying to hunt public land different than everyone else hunts it, right? I do what other humans are not doing, because typically that's what the deer are doing. On top of using other woodsmanship skills like, paying attention to the wind, looking for sign, understanding thermals, understanding how deer use terrain, food sources, bedding areas, all that baloney too. So on top of it, I'm doing that as well. Now, the spot I hunted yesterday, I parked in an area, it's not a typical parking area, right? And the access point was completely gnarly. We're talking about steep ass slope. So I had to cross a creek and head up a very steep slope that was, some parts are like bluffs, and you got to kind of zigzag up carefully. The problem was I didn't really have a free hand to kind of assist myself going up this steep ass slope, because I was carrying my bow in one hand and I was carrying my sticks and my platform in my other hand. So I'm still figuring out exactly the best way to carry my gear in when I saddle hunt. I've only gone out a couple times, so I haven't really figured that out yet. I've been working out the kinks of actually saddle hunting, and it's awesome and I love it, but I got to figure out the best way to carry my sticks and my platform in. So I used to carry a book bag and I'd have my bow on my back, and that would be nice and convenient because I'd have free hands. But now, and when I did a mobile hunt, same thing. I would carry everything on my back and I'd have free hands. So with the saddle hunting, I did away with the book bag. I got a fanny pack. I'm wearing my saddle in and I'm carrying my bow. But I got to figure out a way to carry my sticks and platform and everything on my back too. So anyway, the moral of the story is you should have a free hand or two free hands if you're going to climb mountains. So I'm going up this bluff, and I mean, I'm sliding. I'm doing pretty good. About halfway up, I just completely wipe out because I didn't have a free hand to grab anything as I went down. So I slammed my bow on the ground, broke my quiver. Finally got up to a little bit of a bench. Now at this point, because of the spot I was hunting, I had my saddle and everything in another book bag, not my regular hunting book bag, and I kind of carried that in because I just wanted to quickly get in the woods away from the parking area and saddle up from there. So I got to a bench, I saddled up, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to need my book bag, so I just stashed it under a log. Now, my first thought was, this area I had never hunted before. I'd scouted it a couple times, but I never actually hunted it. It's very gnarly terrain. Lots of benches, some trails, a lot of steep terrain and valleys and secondary valleys and creeks and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I'll find my book bag on the way out. I should have marked it because I went in to hunt. Now the saddle setup worked out pretty good. I'm definitely getting more proficient with that, except for the fact that I dropped one of my sticks. I actually dropped the strap for the stick. And when I dropped the strap, I was like, screw it, I'm not climbing. I'm halfway up the tree. I'm not climbing down to get the strap, so I just dropped the stick. It worked out fine because I was able to get high enough. And I had a good hunt. I had a 6-point come in. I saw a doe. When I was starting to climb down in the dark, there was deer moving everywhere. I could hear them. Some rutting activity. It was really cool. But when I left, when I was hiking out, it was super dark, no moonlight or anything, little bit of rain, and I couldn't find my book bag. You know how everything looks in the dark. It looks completely different. It's a different perspective. I thought for sure I'd be able to find it. I couldn't find it. So my book bag's stashed under a log with leaves on it. And I'm headed back in to go get it. Now, I should be able to find it because I'll be able to trace my path in. It'd be pretty easy. There were some kind of landmarks that I used, but I mean, I just couldn't find them in the dark yesterday. It was funny because the fact that I hit my bow pretty hard off the ground, I'm like, I got to shoot my bow because I'm headed to Wisconsin later this week. I'm leaving in a couple days, and all of my targets are at my Ohio property, and I'm not going to be back there before I leave. My father-in-law, whose camp I'm going to this weekend, he doesn't have a target up there. He has a target at home, but he never brings his target up to the camp, which thinking about it, I should have just texted my mother-in-law and told her to tell him to bring it. But anyway, while I was in the tree, I ordered a new bag target off Amazon. It's being delivered tomorrow, so I can shoot my bow and make sure the sight's not messed up. So the quiver's broke, but I have an extra quiver, so that'll work. Anyway, it's raining right now, so I'll be hiking in the rain up this steep-ass hill. At least I'll have both hands free, and we're going to go see if we get the book bag. And you might be wondering why I'm smiling and jovial about it, because it's all about perspective. Just like Viktor Frankl said in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. If you haven't read that book, it's a great book. He talks about you having control of your own perspective, right? No matter what's going on around you, your perspective really determines everything, right? Like, I could look at it as agonizing and negative and pain in the ass and be upset, or I could just enjoy the experience, right? And even though I'm going back in the woods and it's raining and I might not find the book bag, but I'm pretty confident I will, it's all about the experience, right? It's all about your perspective. I'm a happy, positive person. I'm an empowered, confident person, and I'm having fun regardless. I'd rather lose my book bag in the woods and fall down the hill, break my quiver, and all that other shit than just sitting around agonizing over baloney. So anyway, I'm gonna get in the woods here. I'm not that far from the spot, and go find my book bag. So, all right, guys, so I gotta climb up there, so I'll be angling up through here and then kind of zigzagging up there. There's a bench up there, and then it goes up further. My bag should be up there. So gotta cross the creek here, get going. All right, guys, so I'm up on the first bench, so you can see how gnarly this is. And then there's more benches and hills. So my bag should be over in this vicinity. So we're gonna take a walk over that way, see if we can grab it. Okay. I remember all these logs. That was kind of one of my landmarks. I'm definitely having a hard time here. I don't think I went further that way. Maybe I did. Let's walk over here. I kind of remember the tree I came out near. I really don't think I went further that way. It's got to be around here somewhere. All right, guys, I spotted it. It was a little further up. There she is.
There it is.
All right, so the moral of the story is, if you're gonna stash anything, know exactly where you stashed it. Mark it somehow, whether it's on your phone. If you should definitely mark it on your phone, GPS device, or whatever. Pouring rain, but hey, got a little hike in. Now we're gonna hike out. All right, let's go.